Morning, it's Barbara. And it's barely morning. I mean, oops. According to this gizmo, it's not even morning yet. Still, oops. Good morning, it's Barbara. I decided maybe I'll turn into a beauty channel and show you me putting on my lipstick, because this is what I do every morning. Except I don't push the play button. Because, you know, your phone is as good as a mirror, right? So, good morning. I ordered a couple new lipsticks yesterday. I don't know what's getting into me. Anyway, well, I just put my hair appointment on my calendar. Of course, I made the appointment 6 months ago. I think it... No, couldn't have been 6 months ago. Just wondering. I'll have to ask Sue when I go. But, yeah. 25 weeks? Anyway, I got my hair appointment next week, so I'm getting my hair cut next week. Anyway, good morning. Well, good afternoon. It's Barbara. This is the lipstick I bought from Ulta when I went on my shopping spree with the girls last year. Blushing Berry, L'Oreal. Anyway, I do not have any knitting to show you, although I did knit a little bit, but my arm hurt yesterday. I've been wearing one of those pain patches. In fact, I wonder if I need a new one. I wore it all day yesterday. I should take it off. One of those pain patches. And because my arm was feeling a little bit sore. But I did make a tassel. I'm wondering if it's too fat. I don't know. I don't know if it's too fat or not. And I'm wondering if I should send it separate and have Christy attach it how she thinks it's best. But anyway, here's the hat, and it's got a tassel now. Big fat tassel. Maybe she needs to trim it a little bit and get rid of some of that, if it's too fat. I don't even know. It's my first tassel. Which is silly, and I have some patterns that I really like that have tassels, and I guess I haven't made them because I don't recall ever making a tassel before. But anyway, I think I made it too fat, but I'm not sure, so I may just send it the way it is. Let her decide what she wants. I did knit like that much on my sleeve, and then I realized my arm hurt and I didn't feel like knitting anymore, so I stopped. So I'm not even going to show you, but I did do that hot pink that I talked about yesterday, and it looks very cute, but I'm doing that sleeve magic loop, but I'm wondering if I would enjoy it more if it weren't magic loop. And I do have, you know, sets of needles that I just took the same needles and put a longer cord, but I didn't even do that. The cord I had worked well for a magic loop on the sleeve. But it could be I'm not enjoying knitting the sleeve nearly as much as I was enjoying knitting the body, and it might be the magic loop-ishness of it. So maybe I'll do a little rummaging in my needle box and see if I can put together a correct size cord on a correct size needle and do that not magic loop and see if I'm happier with it, because I did notice I'm not enjoying the knitting quite as much as I was on the body. But anyway, so I did knit a little bit. Or and I watched some Vera's. We're in season 6. And, yeah, the last one we watched last night was The Moth Collector, which is a book, a Vera book, The Moth Collector. And it seems like late in, season 6 we're still doing her actual books, but most of what we're watching are just based on the characters of Anne Cleves. But we watched that last night, and that was fun. Trying to think of what I did yesterday. Well, I didn't vlog until noon. If you don't vlog until noon, between that and walking the dog and cooking. Dennis did the cooking. Oh, he made us a delicious chicken dish on his new cooktop. He got an induction cooktop, and it came yesterday. So far, we're very happy with it, Aura and I. Tonight, the plan is I'm going to cook something for dinner while Dennis makes us a fire, because we have only had one fire this season, and I went out and picked sticks. How long ago was that? That was like before the first snowstorm. I picked sticks so we could have fires, and we haven't had any. Well, at that time, it was possible that we would be having a big storm. It was possible that we would lose our power, and so we need the fires to keep the house warm in case of fire. In case of losing our electricity. So, excuse me, I got the hiccups. So you want to save it for emergency, but we don't have any impending emergencies, and I want a fire. So anyway, I'm cooking. Probably, well, he made this delicious sauce for the chicken he cooked last night, and there was extra sauce, and we all are like, oh, this would be delicious on other things, including eggs. So I'm thinking about rewatching the omelet episode of The French Chef to learn how to make a delicious French omelet a la Julia Child, and then put this delicious sauce on top of it. That's what I'm thinking. So we might be having omelets for dinner tonight. Anyway, this is how our lives are. These are the kinds of things we talk about, the kinds of things we decide, and the kinds of things we do. We are quite the homebodies these days, and because we have Aura, who going out is like a big production, and we have an injured dog who's not allowed to have any fun, and somebody needs to stay home and make sure she's not having any fun. It's possible that I will be going grocery shopping today, because we are acquiring a bit of a grocery list, although it's not warm out, but it's going to get colder. I could tell this morning it was pretty chilly when I got up, because our rhododendron leaves curl up like cigars in the super cold. They were pretty cigar-like. They're opening up a little bit now, so it's warming up. It's almost 30. It is 30 out there. So I think today is probably a better day to go grocery shopping than maybe some other days, because 30 is sort of doable. Although I put earrings in, and I don't wear earrings usually when I'm wearing a mask. Oh well, I'll be careful. I put backings on them so they won't come out. So I might be going grocery shopping and then cooking dinner. And for me, that's like a full day's work, because, I'm retired. And hopefully my arm, still feels a little bit sore. Hopefully my arm will let me knit on my sleeve, but I think I'm going to do what I said and try to figure out a needle and cord that I can just knit and not do magic loop. I do a lot of magic loop. I magic loop at a drop of a hat. It's not like it's a chore for me. Although it's been probably 2 years since I knit socks. When was the last time you saw me knitting socks? 3 years? Really? That long? But I knit my socks 2 at a time, magic loop. So I don't hesitate to magic loop, but something about these sleeves are not as fun for me, and I'm wondering if it's the magic loop. I don't know. I'll try something, because I want them to be fun for me. It's still fun, because those stripes are wonderful, and picking the next yarn and all that is still there, but something about the knitting itself is not. as pleasurable to me as the body was, but it could just be because my arm hurts. So I don't know. I'm just talking. But I don't have anything else going on too much. Yeah. We're just plugging along. I put my haircut on the calendar, but that's not till next week. And yeah. I can't think of anything interesting to talk about, so I guess I'm going to shut up. Not that anything I have been talking about is particularly interesting. I mean, let's face facts. But it is typical of my blog to tell you what I did and what I plan to do. And it, unfortunately, on days like today, when it's nothing and nothing, then it gets a little dull. But I am thinking that I should probably go grocery shopping. Oh, Maisie's out there taking off like a shot. She must have seen a deer. Poor Pearl. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Dennis needs to make an appointment for her so she can have her boo-boo x-rayed or whatever they have to do to make sure that she can go off of bed rest and maybe have a little bit of fun. Although we are expecting to ease her back into her fun life because we really, really don't want her to re-injure that leg. For those who are new, our German Shepherd 6 weeks ago broke her leg just like snap. And she has an erector set in her on her leg now. They have all kinds of metal and pins and things, and so she has been on no fun duty for 6 weeks, and she has 2 more weeks to go. That's the highlights of that. So we have been, we can't leave her alone with her sister because her sister wants to play and she wants to play. She wants to play. She, you know, although she does end up limping when she gets too rowdy, so I'm not sure she's making the connection between having a little bit of fun and limping later. But that's our job, I guess. All right, so I've talked for another 2.5 minutes after I said I don't have anything to say. So you aren't shocked. No. I hope you are all well. The fires are still happening. People in North Carolina are like freezing, getting kicked out of their hotels. I don't know. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healing. Those of you who need to be healing, please, please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe and stay sane.